Hello, fellow beekeepers. In this video, I want to show you how I plant infertile queens. Since I have a lot of barren queens, I often plant even 2 or 3 barren queens in a bee colony at the same time so that the bees can choose their own queen. Now I have planted 2 queens. We look at one the second. It looks like they like both queens, but still the one on the right is liked by the bees more. This can be seen from the number of bees that sit in the cell. In principle, in such a situation, you can choose at least one other queen bee, but it is often clear that one queen is much more pleasant than the other. In this case, the queen bees like about the same. So I have already chosen a queen bee which the bees like it a little more. Now I'll plant it with bees. I open the left hole in the cell, the hole for the bees to exit, so that the bees get to know the queen and leave the cell for 2-3 days in the bee colony. The bees will eat the candy out of the cell, get to know the queen bee. After that, I will open the hole for the queen to exit. So I returned the cell to the bee colony. Now you can clearly see the hole for the bees is open and the hole for the exit of the queen is closed. Now I will leave the cell for 3 days until the bees eat the candy, enter the cell, and get to know the queen. When, after 3 days, I will open the left hole, the hole for the exit of the queen bee, and you can already be sure that the bees have accepted this queen. Now I will close the hive. Now I will show another bee colony, where I even put 3 queens. I will move the frames and it will be clearly visible. Here the attitude towards this queen bee is not very good. Here is it better. Best of all, they nurse this cell with a queen, so you will have to choose it. Now I will take out the cells and put them on top of the frames. Here I put the first cell. It is clear that the bees do not really perceive this queen bee. Next to it is the second one, much better. Is it true? And here is the third cell with the queen. The bees also like it very much. Of the last 2 cells with queen bees, which the bees liked the most, I choose the third. Now I take out the plate that covers both holes in the sail and close the hole for the exit of the bees, which is on the left side. And then I insert the cell with the queen bee into the bee colony, so that the hole for the exit of the bees is at the top, and the bees can eat candy out of it and get to know the queen. So I inserted a cell and the bees began to eat the candy out of it. After 2 or 3 days at most, I will pull out the plate, thus opening the hole for the queen to exit. The bees will eat the candy completely and release the queen. Everything 99 guarantee that they will not kill the queen. Now you can clearly see how the bees surrounded the queen. They like the queen. Here is also a bee colony in which 3 queens are planted. The 2 queens on the left seem to be the ones the bees like the most. Now I'll get them and we will see what is happening. All the same, 2 left of the queens are most liked. Perhaps the central queen is even stronger than all. So I remove the right queen. It is clear that the bees like it less. Well, you have to make a decision. You can leave any of the 2 remaining queen. Now the choice is up to the beekeeper. Interestingly, the bees move from one to another queen as if deciding which one to choose. Still, I'll take the central cell. Now I will block the hole in the cell for the exit of the queen bee with a plate, and insert the cell in the place where it stood before. So I insert it and press the cell with a frame. The bees surrounded the queen. Then, after the 3 days, I will open the left hole, the hole for the exit of the queen bee, and you can already be sure that the bees have accepted this queen. All hives can be closed. In conclusion, I want to say the following. In this video, I perform queen replanting using Gaidar's queen cells. I also use standard Western European cells. The method of replanting queens with the help of Western European cells is similar. Here is a standard Western European cell. I install the queen with cell in a bee colony, prepared for replanting. A day later, I take out the cell with the queen and open the right hole, the hole for the bees to exit, and then return the cell back to the bee colony. 3 days later, I again take out the cell with the queen and open the left hole, the hole for the exit of the queen. The bees eat the candy and the queen goes into the bee colony. For a successful replanting in the bee colony in which I place the queen, there should be no open brood and fistulous queen cells. Subscribe to my channel, put likes or dislikes. All the best to you. See you soon.